Is this the LEGO Rivendell moment of 2024? I don't know, the dice don't tell me, but at least we can tell that LEGO is celebrating the 50 years of Dungeons & Dragons in quite a style.
Bricks and Minifigs is your one-stop shop for all things LEGO. Hit the link below to find a store near you.
Thanks to LEGO for sending this set for review. This is coming out on April 1st, 2024 for Insider members and April 4th for everybody else. We have 3,745 pieces, $360 price tag, might be eye-watering as well. 4 main character minifigures, extra NPCs, beasts, and of course a dragon. The set comes with 4 manuals, so it's nice and fun to build with family and friends. And let's just take a moment to appreciate the amazing artwork for the manual, done by Chris Yu. What a wonderful artwork. Love it. There's also a word from the original designer of the set, Lucas Bolt, and you can see the comparison to the original submission. So the dragon turned red, but other than that, pretty well done. The manual also does an excellent job of introducing newcomers to D&D, has a lot of beautiful other artwork and lore pages, explanations, storytelling. That's one of the greatest manuals I've seen in LEGO in the recent times. And there's gonna be even more than that, because fans will have access to a special adventure book available for insiders for 2,700 VIP or insider points, or as a free digital download. It's a beautiful printed Dungeons & Dragons tale book for the set name Red Dragon's Tale, but it tells a whole D&D adventure and can be run by an actual dungeon master like in a normal D&D game. And also initial buyers in April will get the special LEGO Mimic dice box, a buildable mimic to hold your D&D dice. And just to warn you, this review will probably contain some spoilers from the Dungeon Masters section from that adventure book, so you've been warned. Hey, by the way, if you like the shirt I'm wearing, you can get yours today. These shirts are made in partnership between Beyond the Brick and Bricks and Minifigs stores, so you can get those at participating Bricks and Minifigs locations with all these cool logos and Bricks are my sport, and you can also order one online at the link in the description below. The exterior of the set is quite diverse, different landscapes like you would find in the Forgotten Realms worlds, different locations, and the dragon towering the whole place is really intimidating. One point here is that placing that dragon in this particular position is not very easy, so it looks awesome, but once you move him, it takes a few attempts to place it back in such position. We have lots of different foliage details around the set, like pine trees and foliage growing on the rocks. There is a nice irregular coastline along the edges of the set with a beach visible, some water, and even the dock by the inn. And if you look to the far edge, you might spot tentacles of some kind of a sea monster. There are many pathways, stone stairways, sandy rock formations. Seems like every area of the set is reachable by our minifigures, and that's on purpose because that's how you play the entire quest through the set. The set is modular, so you can disconnect the inn, the meadow area, and the tower, and then separate those into modules furthermore. We have 4 main player characters plus NPCs that you will meet throughout the set. Every character comes with an extra head, so you can choose between male and female counterparts, just like you would in any character creation in any RPG game. The Dwarf Cleric has the Warhammer as a weapon, the Holy Symbol, and his chainmail with a pauldron. The Elf Wizard has pauldrons, Arcane Rod, and Spellbook with 3 different spells: Mage Armor, Magic Missile, and Scroll of Invisibility. Plus you will be able to find more spells throughout the quest in the set. The Gnome Fighter comes with a half-plate armor, a long sword, or a short sword and shield combo. The shield does have the Displacer Beast emblem on it. And last but not the least, we have the Orc Rogue, coming with a cape, a light crossbow, or 2 daggers as a weapon. All these characters are having really good prints, are exclusive to this set, and are making a great party to gather and venture north. Let's dive deeper into the set, starting with In Plain Sight. That is the name of the place, as shown on the sign to the side. That's a sticker showing either the eye of the beholder or the eye of some big bad dude from the Black Tower from the other lore. Maybe a reference, you know. For this exterior we have a beautiful roof design. I love that corner piece. This is an especially ingenious design. You're gonna love that one. There are some great colors in use. That blue roof with purple tiles works just fine. The chimney is masterfully done with a really nice piece for the smoke, good design for that stonework, and a small storage area at the bottom with chilies for the hot sauce, for the hot wings inside. That is part of the story actually. Plus there's also some foliage and that aforementioned dock area, maybe the way that the heroes arrive to the inn. As we get to the interiors of the inn, we have our first NPC, non-player character, in the form of Mary Ramwell, the innkeeper. He has a simple print, and something noticeable on him is the emblem or the necklace showing the dragon's head. More on that later. The inn features 2 floors, removable rooftops, so you can have easy access to everything you need. Just get those out of the way so I can show you exactly what's going on here. The ground floor has storage for items and weapons by different parties visiting the inn. We have a small table with a lot of beer and other beverages in here. There's a small stash of bottles in the back, a fireplace, and chicken wings with hot sauce, part of the story. There's also, not sure if you can see, a small notice board in the back. The notice board has a picture of some adventurers, a missing cat poster, part of the story as well, and the same dragon emblem. That is the Cult of the Dragon. Moving upstairs, things get really interesting in a little inn. We have 2 mimics. Yes, the bed is a monster, wants to eat you. And also there's the classic mimic chest as well. Plus there's some notice board in the back, a fireplace, and a bag of holding. A quite known item in the D&D lore. So now you can tell what happened with the owners of these items. They were belonging to the unfortunate victims of the mimics. The mimics are really cool actually. They have printed 1x1 tiles with the eyes, so those are prints. And just a fun little build. This one even has some stash of coins, so if you can talk to a mimic, you can make a friendly mimic in D&D lore. So if you do, you can get some coins from him. And also that notice board will have some Easter eggs for the fans of the D&D lore. There's a crescent moon emblem, a picturesque mountain, snowy mountains picture from one of the locations from the D&D Forgotten Realms, and a heroic picture on one of the heroes that is also known to the fans. I won't spoil it, it's all in the adventure book. Now let's go from inn to the meadow. This location is the most outdoorsy. You can see spiders. Oh, forgot one inhabitant. Hold on. The owlbear is residing here. There you go. So you have the pathways, foliage of the forest. We have pine trees. We have a mushroom forest below the bridge. We have a talking tree. Lots of stuff going on. Here is our owlbear, the first of the beasts, brick built. Those are printed eyes, of course. Really cool one. Nothing too fancy, but resembles the creature from the D&D lore quite well. He is mostly here hunting the spiders. That's why you have so many spiders on the ground floor. Those stickered emblems are of the Cult of the Dragon, meaning that was the location of interest for them in the past. Those spiders gotta come from somewhere, right? And yes, there's a path up the forest pine trees, the rocky path leading to their lair. And there's a big one lurking in the shadows. Not sure if you can see. We have a hidden stash by the trees revealing some coins and a special key for our adventurers. Once our heroes find the key, they can go talk to the awakened tree. This guy right here, that's another character. Nice tribute with a face, of course. And the tree will reveal, or help reveal, a hidden door. You can remove the rock. And there's the door to the dungeon that we're gonna need that key for. But before we get there, we can also venture up that stone staircase into the mushroom forest under the bridge. Those living mushrooms are called myconids, and they can be friendly. They are using the same bodies as in the Dreams sets. And if the players are friendly with these guys, they will receive the Potion of Healing, the Potion of Acid Resistance, and the Sentinel Shield. Nice loot. Alright, remember that dungeon? Things get wacky here. As you enter, you can go up the ladder to a prison cell right here, and we have another NPC. This is Alax Jadescales, a Dragonborn. Lovely green dragon head. He's also the actual innkeeper, mind you, for the story. And he's actually the guy behind the missing cat poster in the inn. It's all connected. The musty dungeon holds many secrets. We have the black puddings, another monster from the D&D lore, right here, those black blobs. They're very dangerous, so you have to fight them. There's a torch right there by the entrance. Unfortunate skeleton, one of the former party members that came down here. Lots of loot. You can see the shield. There's a book of spells in the back. And this big old thing is also one of the icons of the D&D lore, the gelatinous cube. A living gel that devours any organic matter. You can see the unfortunate adventurer that came with contact in it. It's almost invisible to the naked eye, so you can just walk into it. That's why it hides in, tricky corridors in the dungeons. And it has the frying pan inside, some gemstone, I think that's a topaz, and the unfortunate remains of another of those skeletons. The loot inside the dungeon has names, like in an actual RPG. Those are all explained in the adventure book, so I'm not gonna spoil too much here. It's all part of the game. And there is also a baby gelatinous cube, not as dangerous as the mama thing, the big one. If you want to move out of this area onto the tower, there's the spiky ivy available to climb, also part of the D&D lore, and a bridge that doesn't really serve any purpose, it just looks cool, and that's also the place where you can position dragon's legs if you use it for display. Now onto the main attraction, the tower. The bottom floor has plenty going on. Skeletons are here, another enemy, another monster type in our set. Those are actually former adventurers, a party called the Hard Way, that were also part of the story. On the command of the sorcerer, they went to steal a dragon egg. A little bit of a spoiler here. We have the sorcerer or wizard skeleton with this reflecting cape. Look at that, beautiful. Also we have the warrior skeleton with an armor and a big sword. And this guy, I think it's a rogue skeleton, with also the ring of invisibility, I think. One of those items that were actually named in the adventure. Super cool. That part connects to the dungeon, and there's a trap, the axe falling on the door onto anybody who enters. The pillar has an actually hidden gemstone inside. I'm gonna show the manual shot here because there's no way to remove it easily. It's actually there inside this pillar. Some loot is guarded by the poisonous plants, and we have the beautiful fern piece used in translucent pink with the glitter effect. So love that. First time I'm seeing this one in this set. The guarded loot is another spell book or spell scroll with another spell. Let's see what it is. Maybe you can name it. There's a magical lantern guarded by the poisonous plants on the other side of this basement. And the beautifully crafted staircase with some fantastic technique for that rounded stairs is leading upstairs. And our heroes will pass a mana potion. And right up there, there is a greater healing potion as well to collect as you continue your adventure. Here's where things get interesting in terms of storytelling of this basement. We can place other beasts, like the Beholder, in this location. Or the Displacer beast named Pouncy. Remember the cat from the poster from the inn? Please meet Pouncy. The story is that the Beholder is the enchanted, magically transformed version of Pouncy, the Displacer beast, who is a pet of the Alax, the innkeeper that was being held in the cell, and he's the actual owner of the inn. And the bad warlock, the evil warlock, transformed his beloved pet into the Beholder. The Beholder is amazing. My favorite creature from the set. All eyes are printed. Yes, all these Sauron eyes, jokes aside. It's really well done. Love the pinkish color. All sides look great. It's fun to build. It has moving jaw. I mean, what's not to like? The most iconic monster, I think, and most known one from the D&D universe. And the actual form of Pouncy, not the Beholder form, the Displacer beast, is much simpler, nothing really to be crazy about. It has some nice, movement, like the tail and these crazy tentacles at the top. I don't know much about him, but he does have printed eyes and 6 legs. There you go. And apparently, once our heroes defeat the Beholder and help Pouncy come back to his Displacer beast form, Alax, the Dragonborn innkeeper, will give our heroes help, loot, and maybe some magic even. That's cool. Going up the stairs, we have the Dragon Shrine Room, and this one has some functions. There's a trapdoor with the key attached to it, so if you move this, the trapdoors go down, right? So if I get this minifig right here, boom, you go right down to the Eye of the Beholder, to the basement. And by the way, that key is actually used to open the Alax cell in the dungeon section. The Dragon Shrine is meant to help summon evil dragons. The 5 heads of the dragons will snap at anyone that's not a dragonborn who will approach the shrine. They represent Tiamat, the evil queen of evil dragons. And the orb, that's a printed orb, is the dragon orb helped to summon evil dragons. In this case, in this set, the red dragon Cinderhole. There are more potions to be found in this small cranny on the side, and a stone staircase leading all the way up to the two last sections of the tower. You can also see those wonderful pine trees growing on the rocky, sandy rocky terrain. There's one more of those Cult of the Dragon symbols. You can see where this is going, right? Rocky formations with beautiful foliage, more here. Take a close look at that. Some really nice stonework on the side of this tower. And this wall, kind of, you don't see it if you don't remove it from the set. That's a picture of the Dragonborn parents. The egg is actually Alax, our innkeeper, and that picture actually hangs in the upstairs bedroom of the inn when the inn is attached. So it's kind of cool reference here. That's a sticker, by the way. This larger room in the tower is the arcane workshop of the evil sorcerer. There is a staircase leading to it, as I mentioned before. It's really nicely built. There's a balcony here overlooking the valley down there. And you can see the doorway. That's really nicely done. Again, that stonework is amazing here. There's some gemstone here to indicate that this is the indeed sorcerer's tower. The workshop has everything you need. Our heroes can find new spells here, if I didn't mention. All these spells in this set are printed 1x2 tiles with a brazier from a human skull. That's kind of gruesome. All these spell components, spell binding tables. There's a pen there and some candles in the corner. There's some cauldron in there. So everything you need in your old-fashioned arcane workshop. And the tip of the tower holds our dragon egg chamber with candles helping hatching the egg. That egg was stolen for the sorcerer by the previous party of the adventurers. There's a story behind it. And there's also a ladder leading to the place where the sorcerer takes his last stand against our heroes, the most top point of the tower. But wait, where's the sorcerer? Hey everyone, remember this guy? Haha, he is now the evil sorcerer called Ervan Soulfallen. Yes, Mary Ramwell, our beloved innkeeper, was the sorcerer in disguise. And yes, there is also the female version of his head. You can choose any character you want. So Ervan ordered the theft of the egg by the previous party. He tries to summon the dragon as well. Our heroes try to get to the egg and get to the dragon. There's a whole story behind it. The skeletons in the basement, remember, those are the previous party guys. Yeah, it's all connected. So he used the altar and this guy shows up. Yo, where's my egg? Cinderhole is an adult red dragon. The evil dragon summoned by the orb of the dragon. And that is a really good Lego dragon. Really hard to maneuver. He's big. He's a big boy. Long tail, so you can wrap that tail around the tower, just like in the Ideas project. It has so many joints and positioning options that you can definitely do it. 4 legs with full articulation. Lots of detail here. That dragon takes, I think, 6 or 7 bags to build. So there's a lot packed in there. He does have printed eyes. Not sure if you can see, but those eyes are printed on a small wedge pieces on both sides, right below that tusk element to accentuate the dragon's head build. Really well done. There's also, of course, the fire breathing option, a little bit adjustable jaw, and just overall lots of detail. I especially like the use of broomstick pieces for his details on the head. Pretty cool. The wings are used with the fabric, are made with the fabric. So that is a big fabric piece you get in a separate paper bag in the box. So that's cool. They take quite a while to build. Let me see if I can show you the underside. There you go. So that's basically how it works. There's a skeleton for the wings, the framework, and then you attach the fabric on top of that. That is not the first time, Lego did that, so it's a pretty common practice, but those are big, nicely soft fabric pieces. There is that. So that's the start of the show, I guess. If the set wasn't enough, you get this as the creme de la crop. Should you pay $360 for this? Hard to tell, honestly. The box, the general impression of the set wouldn't say so, but honestly, after building this and knowing how much goes into the story of this set, I would say it's worth it. It may not be the Rivendell of 2024, for me that was the set of the year last year and it was absolutely bonkers amazing the moment it came out and it kept its status throughout the year. This might be as well kind of thing like that. we probably have bigger things coming this year, but this set will be an actual icon, even though it's a Lego Ideas set. It will put some mark in the history of Lego. We're first ever Dungeons and Dragons set. It has one of the deeper storytelling approaches that I have ever seen in a Lego set. And it's a given, you know, you're getting into the D&D lore. It's really amazing to have that adventure, that the set is not only a fantastic build, honestly, even though expensive, it also serves as the kind of a game board, if you will. Has great minifigures. The look with the dragon, you know, encapsulating the tower is really special. It's more than meets the eye. When you see the box and you think if it's worth that kind of price tag, the box really won't tell you. That's the problem. You have to kind of delve into the set, play the story, learn about the characters, the quest behind all these chambers and locations and loot moments and fighting monsters. It's there. It's like pure D&D. So I can see a lot of fans of fantasy and especially D&D or any RPGs alike will really, really appreciate it. The longer you build it, the more kind of you less feel the price as you go. And that's, I guess, where a set becomes really, really good. I was having a blast building it. My wife built it with me, and she was like constantly saying to me like, wow, I had no idea that Lego can do this. Some techniques are amazing, the interiors are great, the outside areas are fun. You can feel the different landscapes like you would in a Forgotten Realms story, you know? And it's just enough diversity in terms of shaping, colors, techniques, characters, monsters, locations, that it serves a fantastic build experience. So I feel it's worth it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.